Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. In this video today, as you guys can see up on the screen, we are going to be talking about Mullen Automotive once again. The video we made yesterday did very, very well because this is just a super popular, polarizing, and divisive stock. And yesterday, this stock was only down 2% or like 2.7%, I don't know, less than 3%, despite the fact that Hindenburg put out a short report, kind of a short hit piece trying to, maybe trying to just push the price of the company down because they did put, that they are short shares of Mullen Automotive at the end of that report as a disclaimer, which is good that they at least threw that in there, but also could just be them, noticing what they think is some issues or discrepancies or just problems with Mullen and wanting to bring it to the light of more investors. People are saying, oh, they're just trying to, let everyone know how bad Mullen is or whatever, but also it's just weird when they have so much incentive to try to push it down. But regardless of what happened yesterday, way different things are going on today. Mullen is down 12.83%. This thing is an absolute bloodbath today. So we're going to be going over the latest from Mullen stock in this video. Definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Of course, as always, there's going to be no financial advice in this video. I'm not telling you guys to buy. I'm not telling you guys to sell. Nothing like that. Just going over the latest, giving my thoughts and opinions on some of the news in the market right now. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, yet another red day for the market. Dow Jones is down 0.5%, S&P down 0.37, NASDAQ down 0.8, and the Russell's down 1.21. So a lot of red in the market for, I believe, the third day in a row. This has really been a rough week for a ton of stocks. But, the S&P being down less than 1% doesn't justify Mullen being down 12.5%. So obviously there's some very, very specific Mullen related stuff going on here. Now, is this, shorts trying to push this thing down further? Is this the market finally having more time to really dive into the Hindenburg Report and really make sense of it all? And are they now being scared off? Is this, maybe some shaky hands by some people who said that they were going to be holding on to this thing no matter what? I don't necessarily know what's going on. It could also be, once the stock starts going down a little bit, people could be, getting margin called and stuff out of the stock. Who knows exactly what's going on? But this is a very, very rough day for Mullen investors who seemed pretty excited yesterday when the company was only down, like I said, less than 3% after a short hit piece. But wanted to dive more into what the Hindenburg said. I know yesterday we just talked about the fact that the Hindenburg put out this article and, people had all their reactions up to that. But what did the Hindenburg actually say in their piece? And they have this article from investorplace.com talking about, or it's titled, Hindenburg hates on Mullen Automotive, and I'm here for it. Obviously, a very, very, coming at it from a certain perspective. You can tell this guy has an opinion on the whole thing. The guy who's writing this article is very anti-Mullen, so maybe some bias and stuff there. But he does say the upstart EV maker has some explaining to do, as if entities that entered the public arena being a reverse merger with a SPAC needed more bad news, short-selling specialist Hindenburg Research lashed out on its latest victim, Mullen Automotive. Throughout most of the day, Mullen was only down by about 2%. So while prospective investors of the speculative EV maker can read the litany of accusations that Hindenburg has leveled, perhaps the most egregious, I think this is nice that he's, summarizing the key pieces of the report to us. The alleged offenses is that Mullen lied about its battery technology and performance metrics. And again, if this is true, this would be, or at least potentially, very, very damning. Now, if they had lied about stuff previously, hey, yes, that could justify the stock being down. But I do think one perspective to come at this from is, hey, the stock's already down 80% in the last 365 days. This stock's already down 60% year to date. Now, obviously, if the management is lying about stuff, that could show some greater incompetency, or maybe there's even more fraud or more lies or whatever. But it's not like this stock has been flying high as of late or anything. Yes, we're up like 200% in the last month or whatever, but that's after being down like 95% in the last year. So kind of keeping that in mind as well. But per the Hindenburg, Mullen claimed that its solid-state battery technology is on track for commercialization in 18 to 24 months, putting it ahead of every major technology and automaker in the industry who have collectively invested billions on solving the problem. Considering the automotive giant Toyota and battery tech specialist QuantumScape have collectively invested massive funds, kind of weird that they say collectively invested and then don't say a number, collectively invested massive funds towards developing the holy grail of EV battery platforms, the idea that the relatively unknown Mullen could beat the alpha dogs in the segment is unlikely. And this is a statement that I totally do agree with. It would be kind of crazy if Mullen out of nowhere, without as much funding, without as much research, without some of the best people in the industry, and without some just a lot of the different advantages that a lot of these companies have, did come out of nowhere and just smash all the competition. That would be a little bit crazy. That would be difficult to do. Maybe not impossible, but rather unlikely. Further, the Hindenburg states that the EV startup misrepresented the test results, leading to the above claim about commercialization targets. Worrying for investors of Mullen stock, the short seller claims that it spoke with the chief executive of the company conducting said test. The chief executive officer told Hindenburg, "We would never have said that. We never did say it, and certainly wouldn't have said it based on the results of testing that battery." If that wasn't damning enough, Hindenburg claimed that Mullen is merely an EV hustle. Primarily in 2020, Mullen announced a joint venture to manufacture its solid-state battery technology. I'm assuming it's solid-state battery technology. However, Hindenburg spoke with a senior executive familiar with the joint venture who then dropped a bombshell. The joint venture didn't exist at all. To be fair, investors will want to conduct their own due diligence. Of course, always a huge recommendation, doing your own research, not just reading a single report, because obviously, like I said, this Hindenburg Research report, one, they've been in trouble for, kind of trading manipulation and things like that, at least allegedly before. I talked about it in my video yesterday, but they were or are under, DOJ investigation for some malpractices and stuff going on. But also, they obviously have a lot of bias and a lot of incentive. That doesn't mean that they are wrong. It doesn't mean that it's false or anything, but it just means, hey, you should take everything they say with maybe at least a bit of grain of salt, because yes, they are short shares of Mullen. Now, are they doing this? Are they writing a hit piece like this because they are short shares of Mullen, or are they short shares of Mullen because they've known stuff like this? Is it chicken or the egg? Hey, I don't know. It's a fair question, but this is at least diving into a little bit of more what the report said, which, people wanted from the video yesterday. We also have some facts on the other side. The fact that the cost to borrow at Interactive Brokers is higher than Willie Nelson in a helicopter, at least according to this Reddit post. And they showed that, yes, as of 4/7, which is today, April 7th, 2022, we are starting at $142.35 for the cost to borrow. Obviously, you can see the numbers just keep going up and up and up and up. 25.73, 127, 142, getting crazier and crazier. This guy talks about how over 600K volume pre-market, higher than anything else on my list by double. Insane volume from Mullen today. Now, obviously, that's not great when you have really, really high volume on a day where things are getting killed, because, that means it's a lot of volume pushing this thing downwards. But hey, Mullen is still as popular as ever, for better or for worse. It is a highly traded, highly debated, highly polarizing stock in the market right now. We also have the fact that most highly shorted stocks are down today, at least according to this guy. Like any stock, if the fundamentals haven't changed, neither should your conviction. I'm averaging up at these prices. I have 4,000 shares, and I'll be adding more if it drops. Hindenburg Research, this is funny because it's from Seeking Alpha, and I believe Seeking Alpha is where they posted, their article anyway, their hit piece anyway. And Seeking Alpha has this from 2020 saying, Hindenburg Research is not a real research firm, but a firm that disseminates alleged analysis to depress the share price of companies it has previously sold short. So it is not about independent information about companies, but about the targeted pushing of share prices for their own enrichment. And again, I believe that to some extent. It doesn't mean everything they say is wrong or a lie or fraudulent, but it does mean they have real incentive to, put out bad news about these companies and push them down, because they're literally selling short shares of these companies. They are directly incentivized for stuff like this. And then we had this seen on Twitter, verification needed, so not anything verified, but there was news going around that, or maybe a rumor or something, that full-scale automotive body assembly going on in the U.S., Kamau, I don't know how you say that, is teaming up with Mullen on the build-out of an automotive body shop at Mullen's AMEC manufacturing facility in Tunica, Mississippi. Total expansion plans for AMEC include 1.2 million square feet of a body shop, paint shop, and general assembly. So yeah, I don't know. And then people are saying that they're verifying this news, so it seems real, it seems legit. But yeah, I don't know. Just kind of some cool stuff that I wanted to get out to you guys. But that's pretty much it for this video today. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Muln, the short report, Hindenburg, anything like that. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hope we catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.